Well, today I'm in the greenhouse. I've got to take these tomato plants and replant them into a bigger planter because I had quite a few of them that grew out. So I got 2 in this one, 4 in this one, and 3 in this one. So I'm going to put them in different planters today so they can have their own proper little home. First off, before I do the tomato plants, I'm going to do the cabbage. So, just going to put some earth in here. Now I noticed the earth that I bought, this black earth from the independent grocer, a lot of grass grows out of it. So kind of gotta watch my pots because grass starts to grow in them. Don't like that. But I guess that's part of nature, right? Okay, so now that I got all this earth inside here, I'm just gonna break it up because there's a lot of nice hardy chunks in there. This way it's easier for the seed to come through. Now another thing I do is I put some eggshells for the calcium and helps deter certain insects from getting in there, like slugs. And squirrels and chipmunks don't like to go into the earth this way. The chipmunks love fresh earth because that's how they bathe. So when there's shells in it, it's a little scratchy for them. So they don't like it. So far I've been using it and they haven't really gotten into many things. So okay, so let's check on the packaging, see what it says. So this is Golden Acre cabbage. It's come from the Dollar Tree. I bought this last year. I've never actually planted cabbage before, so I'm just going to read the instructions on the back. So planting depth is 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'm going to get my little spoon here. Spacing 4 inches. So 1/4, 1/2 inch about here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just going to put 2 here. 1 here. And 1 here. Because I'm not guaranteed that these are actually going to grow. Mind you, so far, I've actually had quite a few of my seeds grow. So I'll put some in each hole. There we go. I'll gently just cover it. Cover it nicely. There we go. Now we have cabbage. So I'm going to take my little, I need a little rock here. Ugh. Just need a little rock. Well, unfortunately, all these are big ones, but there we go. Come on, get out of there. There. So I write my names of everything on a rock. So cabbage. The cabbage goes right in the middle. So there's nothing in the middle. And I'm going to put that, I'm going to keep it in the greenhouse. I'm not going to put it outside because I find that things grow faster in my greenhouse. So I'm going to put this on the side, but first I'm just going to wet it. Give it a douse of water. don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. Okay. Yeah, pump that. I love this little sprayer. Get up in the morning, spray my plants, spray my food in the greenhouse. It's lovely. It's good to use to get bird shit off your balcony too. I got this blackbird that's pooping on my balcony. He likes to go after my chipmunk's food, but I'm trying to scare him off. Soak that real good. Okay, and I'm going to leave that in my greenhouse. It should be ready in a couple weeks. I'll start sprouting anyways. Well, it was getting really hot in the greenhouse, so I decided to go by the old picnic table beside the truck with the fancy Hawaiian umbrella. So anyways, this is the one that I'll be replanting. There's 3 of them. So I'm going to plant them in 3 different pots. And this one has 3 as well. Getting quite large. Those are cherry tomatoes. So 2 cherry tomatoes. I bought these at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. And yeah, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Cherry tomatoes. So we're going to put this down here. So what I do is I put the spoon, I just go all around the plant itself. Not too hard, not too deep either. Just enough to loosen it. Get it away from the walls of the container. Kind of squeeze it a little bit. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, upside down. Don't want to waste it, so put it in the bucket. Here, let's do it over the bucket. There we go. Like that. Still get some earth out of that, right? So I want to pull just slightly. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. You can come out. You're going to go to a new home. It smells like weed. I find tomato plants smell like weed. Nothing wrong with that. Look at the weed. Look at that. Look at those beautiful roots. So what I'm going to do is kind of squeeze it a little bit, just so I can get them apart. So from what I hear, tomato plants are very strong. So, you know, they're tough. They're very tough. So they can put up with a lot of shit. So I don't want to. They're really stuck together. Oh no, babies! I don't want to like rip you apart, but I might have to. There we go. Came apart. Put that one there for now. It smells very earthy. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. Had something else growing in there. Okay, so we're going to use some of that same earth because it's the earth they were in originally. And we're going to add earth to that. I sometimes say we, often say we, because you're on this journey with me right now. You're doing, well, we're doing this together, aren't we? You're not here, but you're watching me, so we're doing it together. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, this is nice earth right now because it's been sitting out on the table and I had a little hole in there. So got some moisture in there. So it's nice and easy to work with. Usually this is hard as a rock kind of thing. You gotta kind of really break it down. Okay. Now she's gonna love it in here. Having her own little home. Making me some little cherries. Cherry tomatoes. Last year, I think we got, I don't know, 5 tomatoes or, no, sorry. We got tomatoes, but they were quite small. They were the bigger tomatoes, and I think we only got like 2 or 3. So that was just a small yield, but this year I'm hoping to make a little bit more. This is more of a science, not science experience, but this is more of my very first experience doing a bigger garden in the greenhouse, mind you. I've never really had a greenhouse like this. We did have a greenhouse for 1 or 2 years at the other house, but the first year we started tomato plants and someone stole our tomato plants. That's what happens when you live in the ghetto. Now I live on the outskirts of town. I can leave my greenhouse open and I'm fine with that because no one comes in my yard. And if they do, well, it's usually the Amazon guy, which is no problem. Okay. There we go. That is like. So now I'm just gonna dig a trench in there, like dig a hole deep enough to root it. Because that's gonna be the new home for this little guy. So there we go. We're just gonna put that in there like this. Let's just put that. The birds are going nuts. Hey, enough! I'm trying to work here. Yeah, I'm too busy right now to play. Every time I'm doing something in the yard or working, they gotta talk to me. Then I'm sitting on the balcony and they don't talk to me at all. Well, they do sometimes, but not as much. Yes, yes. Beautiful, isn't it? It's those little blackbirds. They poop everywhere. Go away. No pooping in my yard. What we're gonna do is put some of these eggshells. Eggshells. And plus it's good for it, you know, it helps it grow. Gives that extra calcium. There we go. So that's my first pot. That's my second, I'm sorry. This is one of my cherry tomatoes. So I'm gonna put the little cherry tomato thing. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. Hey! You! Get out of my yard! You little shithawks! They poop on my deck. Little buggers. One thing I did notice, doing this keeps me in the present time. Keeps me focused on one thing, and that's just doing this. It's relaxing. It's time consuming, but relaxing. I'm just gonna make a hole there in the middle. I'm gonna spin this around a little bit. Make a trench there. And then I'm gonna put the largest one I have. Come on, let go of the other ones. I know you like them, but you have to go in here in your own little pot. There we go. Now I'm just gonna get my hands dirty a little bit. Take that yellow leaf out of there. This one too. There we go, baby. Yeah, they're my babies. I talk to my plants. And you know what? They grow beautifully. So I got 6 plants out of that. So I'm just going to spray them down. This is water. Make sure they're really nice and wet. So this should yield quite a few cherry tomatoes. I just hope they grow. I think they will. They're pretty tough from what I hear. And there we go. We have 7 cherry tomato plants. So that's going to go in the greenhouse. And when it gets a little bigger, I'm going to put it out. But for now, they're growing. They were growing fantastic in the greenhouse. Let's check this out. This is something I'm experimenting with. I put a bag of earth out here, and I'm growing kale. Now I cover it with this because I don't want the UV rays to get to it because it gets very hot. There's not much shade in my yard, so it's starting to grow. And the peppermint's coming in. Quite a bit of peppermint there. There's a whole lot here. I just could have cut this off. So that was my arugula, my dandelion. They're done now for the season. They'll be back. They'll be back. So I'm leaving them there until the puffballs disappear, and then I'll cut it up. But there's tons of peppermint there as well. And my strawberry bush. It's starting to have strawberries, guys. Check it out. I don't know if you can see it. They're green right now, but they're starting to grow. It's about, I can see 5 or 6, but this is just one plant. I was testing it this year. We have a raspberry bush in the back. I don't know if it's growing yet. I'll have to go check that out. That's RJ's yard. He likes to hide back there, so I just gated it off for him. Okay, let's see. Now we have a raspberry bush right around here. And it's not ready yet. See right there? The flowers are out. Nothing else is. We also got a big thing of not raspberries, whole bunch of grapes that grow here. Like as you can see, we're gonna have grapes again this year, so I can make some grape jelly. Tons of grapes, tons and tons and tons of grapes. Those vines though, eh? Guess I'll have to cut them. One project at a time. One project at a time. One project at a time. We're thinking about replacing these fences. Maybe making them higher. Say about there. So we have more privacy. But it's either that or we get our floors done this year. I'm thinking the floors in the kitchen need to be done. Those are the last floors that need to be done in the house. Oh, what's this? Oh! Is there a strawberry bush back here? We got the strangest different things that we got all kinds of things that are growing in this yard this year. There he is. Hey, what are you fighting for? That's done for today. I'm gonna put that in the greenhouse. Go inside and chillax in the air conditioning because it's hot out here today. Well, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and be sure to leave a comment below. Bye for now.